back to another video. This is the girl in the third row. I'm your girl in the third row, and I'm excited because today we're going to be talking about Blinded by the Lights that I just watched last week, and Where'd You Go, Bernadette, which I watched. I had my own, a whole day that I went to movies and just watched back-to-back movies, and it was like the best day. It was my only day off, and I absolutely loved it. So we're going to talk about Blinded by the Lights and Where'd You Go, Bernadette, which were two fantastic movies that I thought. So let's jump right in with Blinded by the Lights. Blinded by the Lights was really, really good. Actually, I ended up crying the whole entire way. At first I thought it was going to be like a musical because it looked like a musical by the poster. But it actually wasn't. It was a really cool story. So it kind of the setting of the movie kind of hits back in the 80s. So it really dives into the 80s pop culture. And it's centered in this Pakistan family. And it gives you kind of a exposure to what life is as a Pakistani kid, and living in that culture while trying to kind of find your own voice and your own way in life, but still kind of honoring your parents as much as possible. It's this kid, he's 16 years old. It's in an era where they live in Britain, and racism against them especially is very high and very real. And this kid he feels like anyone at 16, you feel stuck, every emotion is happening at 16 years old. And that's kind of what's happening to him. He doesn't feel like he has a voice. He feels like he doesn't fit in within his family. And he goes to this new school where he gets introduced by this guy, another Pakistani, by this guy, Bruce Springsteen, I think it's I could be wrong. But at that time, Bruce would sing a lot about political stuff and love and whatnot, and he really gravitated towards it. He really believed that Bruce really talked to him and really sung about how he really felt, especially in his home. I mean, to give you any clue, he would work during the summer, and that money that he would earn, he had to give it to his dad. So it really wasn't his, it was for the family. Which is you understand, because times back then were really rough for them, but still it was hard work that you put in, and you can't keep any of that reward. So the movie kind of goes out through him finding himself and really diving into, he wants to be a writer, and that's not okay, with his father, he's you need to make money, you need to go into something that is gonna make you successful and contribute to society and whatnot. And his dad is not okay with what his son is gravitating towards. He doesn't have the freedom that I guess one here in your own family kind of does. And it just kind of gravitates to that, but he pushes for his dream, and he's I don't need to create war in my family while still trying to fulfill my dreams. And then if I fulfill my dreams and I'm more with my family, it's not really fulfilling my dreams. And that really it got me. I started crying. The characters really grow, really come together at the end, and his father kind of comes to terms I don't want to lose you because of something like this. So it's really, really great. The movie was awesome. If you have time to go see it, it's called Blinded by the Lights. It's just a really good story. It's a really good story of if you're trying to achieve something, just because of your circumstances, you should still achieve it. But achieve it still not breaking those good bonds and that good relationships that you have. Because at the end of the day, if you succeed of what you want to do, but lose the people that really mean something in your life, then did you really succeed? And I think that was like the main message of the movie, and you should go see it. It's fantastic. I gave it a like 100 out of like 100. It was really good. Blinded by the Lights. It's not a musical. I mean, they're singing, but it's not a musical at all. I'm not a huge fan of musicals. I get really bored really easily with musicals. I don't know what it is. The exception was La La Land. La La Land was really good. Oh my gosh, La La Land. But anyways, Blinded by the Lights, definitely to go see. So that is definitely a pay, not a nay. You need to go see it. Even if it hits on the service, it's a really good story to just be like, listen to and be there. The next one is Where'd You Go, Bernadette? So Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I love, I think her name is Kate, but I don't know, something Kate with a B. I love her. I absolutely love her. She's one of, she's an amazing actress. I absolutely love her. So Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I saw two movies that kind of double into like the creative aspects. Because Blinded by the Light, she was a writer, and Where'd You Go, Bernadette? She's like an architect, and she designs. Like she's a creator. So an architect, she's a creator. She's just this arts person, and she needs to create to be like fulfilled in life and be happy, like most creators are. And she falls in love through that. She's like this really successful like architect and designer. She falls in love. She moves from LA to Seattle, and they like settle down and have a kid, and she kind of stops creating, and she goes into this like somewhat of a depression, and it's like she got depressed because obviously if a creator is a creator, they need to create, and she wasn't creating. So it's just like this really interesting character, very like trying to be okay and convince herself that I'm okay. I have an amazing daughter. She's my best friend. I have an amazing husband. He's my best friend. Like I have an amazing life, but there's something still missing within her. And I think in her own way, like she kind of like hates herself for feeling the way she does, like with that emptiness when she has everything anybody could possibly like want. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't know, she's just really depressed for not creating. And I think that part of her, a big part of who she was, of who she is, was kind of like locked away and put away because family and life happened. And it's also kind of a good way like to put, just because certain things happen in your life, or you do get married and you do have kids, doesn't mean that you need to put away that part of you that makes you who you are, which is creating or working or whatever it is. It just showed like you can't shut that off from someone. And the husband kind of realized that within the end, where he feels like, oh my gosh, I failed the woman I loved because she stopped creating. A creator stopped creating, and she finds this project like in like, I think it's like I don't know, like the South Pole or something, where she is gonna design this like new lab and whatnot, and she kind of finds herself and she says, I need to do this. I have to do this. I'm a creator. And I don't know, there were both two movies that were really inspiring and really good. Where'd You Go, Bernadette I don't think it got like amazing reviews, but it didn't get bad reviews, which I don't know why, because it was a great movie, and it was like one of those things where, I don't know, just don't stop creating just because certain things happen in life. Do what you love. And Where'd You Go, Bernadette was just one of those type of movies that, I don't know, if you need to get like, I don't know, like inspired, or even Blinded by the Lights, it's just like, it was surely for like those people that are like really artsy, that were really like gravitate towards to, or anyone, I don't know. They were really, really great movies, and I'm so glad that I like went to see them, even though I didn't like have any clue, like, you know, because sometimes you go to the movies, I'm like, do I really want to see that? But you kind of like force yourself in a way to go see it, and then you end up like, I love those type of movies where I'm like, I don't really was my intention to really see it, didn't really had any like mood to see it, but you end up like seeing it. You just force yourself to see it, sit down, and you actually turned out to be a really great movie. And that was Blinded by the Lights and Where'd You Go, Bernadette. I mean, I wanted to see Where'd You Go, Bernadette by the trailers, and I love Kate, so that was like no biggie. But Blinded by the Lights, at first I was like, oh, this looks like eh. And I watched it, and I actually ended up crying. And Where'd You Go, Bernadette ended up crying. They were really great, perfectly. Blinded by the Lights was just perfectly made, and go see it. It's a really good story to go see and kind of like, you know, get exposure of what was going on back then, and how racism is not just here, it's really everywhere. But yeah, that was, so we both are gonna pay a matinee for these two movies. But that's really all I got for this week is Where'd You Go, Bernadette, and Blinded by the Lights. They're really good. Go watch them. I believe they're still in theaters. They were last week. So before they leave, go watch it. Go enjoy it and go get inspired. And just enjoy movies. And go watch movies that you typically wouldn't watch. Those are the great, like, you will be surprised how much you'll like those type of movies. Or how like you're gonna feel when you get out of the theater. I like doing that to like movies that I typically wouldn't see. Like I'm not really, like, for example, I don't do scary movies, but I'm actually really excited for the movie It. I think that it's just more than a scary movie, and I think there's more like a story to it, and I think that's what like I really like about it. It's not like your Jason or your whatever, where it's just like, all these like bad man, here it is, he's just want to kill, nothing else. And I think there's more like, yeah, he just wants to kill, but I think there's an actual story, there's an actual characters around this, and I really liked it. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm kind of nervous because I feel like this one will actually be scary. The first one wasn't scary. Everyone told me it wasn't scary. It took me like a year. It took me 2 years to watch it because I just watched it not too long ago. It was more creepy than anything, but it was really good. So I'm excited to see it. So movies like that, you won't necessarily see me review a lot of like scary movies because I just don't watch scary movies. I don't like them. With the exception of like It, I will like see it. It 2, chapter 2. But yeah, that's like it for today. That's my review for this week, Blinded by the Lights and Where'd You Go, Bernadette. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It was a really short video today, but that's my thought about Where'd You Go, Bernadette and Blinded by the Lights. Go see them, please. It was really good movies. You'll enjoy them. So last thing it is, do we pay or we nay? We definitely pay. And yeah, that is it. I'm the girl in the third row, and I will see you next week. Bye.